My name is Sage Lewis and I am a film and television composer. I recently scored South by Southwest selection Operator starring Martin Starr and Mae Whitman. It's a movie about a computer programmer named Joe who designs an artificial intelligence voice that he models on his wife's empathetic personality. As Joe brings life to his robo-voice invention, he falls deeply in love with it, which causes problems with his real wife, Emily. In the score, I used Analogue synthesizers and vocoders to help tell this story. I worked with a modular synthesist who took all my digital synthesizers I used to compose the music and handcrafted the same timbres from scratch with analog circuitry.
We went from the oscillator here, the DPO from Make Noise. We went out from this into our filter over here from Mutable Instruments, and we went from that into our VCA, again by Make Noise. And then along with that, we have a couple of envelopes controlling the shape of the synthesizer over here, and it was controlling a bit of the shape of the filter itself, and as well controlling the volume over here. And then a bit of modulation happening to get a little bit more brassy motion, the effect of air passing through a horn, oscillating very slowly at a low frequency. It's fed back into the oscillator here where it gets a little bit more of that motion.
I discovered that analog electronic music blends much nicer with the traditional acoustic instruments that I used, such as string quartet, piano, drum set, guitars, and singing bowls. Because it is real sound waves generated from physical circuits, so there is common connective tissue between the electronic and acoustic timbres. Digital synthesizers have a much harder time blending with acoustic instruments because they begin and end as numbers in a computer and have nothing in common with instrumental sound. So this is why it is important to use an analog system. A modular synthesizer worked best because it is an open source with infinite possibilities of dialing in the exact sounds we wanted. The vocoder fleshed out the artificial intelligence character who is invisible. It gave it a haunting spirit by making it sound human. Vocoders take transient harmonic information, in this case of Mae Whitman and Sharon Green's voices, and transfers it onto the synthesizer signal, making the electronic melody breathe and speak like a human.
And then when we dial it back and send the vocal through this module down here, then it combines these two signals, the voice and the synth, and creates this robotic harmonic effect on the voice.
It was fun working with Joe the synthesist because in many ways he was the musician version of the main character in the movie who was also named Joe. The scientist engineer who devises complex systems in his laboratory to invent new beings, kind of like Frankenstein. The plucky electronic element is the pizzicatos, which we just heard acoustically with the string quartet, and then it went into the electronic realm.